prostitution. 'Cause everything's crazy, crazy, crazy. They're doing away with borders. It's a new world. It's a new day. There is a new world order coming to your town. You better get ready. You better get ready. It's a new day. It's a new way. It's a new day. New day. It's a new way.
Evil lurks in the hearts of men. The shadow knows.
Oh, yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sunday night, and you are not going to believe what I got for you right here on Revolution Radio. RevRad. That's right. That's RevRad. Okay? All right. Welcome to the Samsel Report. This is the weekend wrap-up wherein we wrap up the previous week's headlines. This show is coming to you live from beautiful Clearwater, Florida. That's right. The phone line is up. The number to call in is 727-475-6138 because I want to hear from you. Okay? All right. Perhaps you have found some headline to contribute. Or if you would only like to say howdy, you feel free to call in. All right? Okay? All right. Let's get this here show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, our government, repeat after me, our government is a cesspool of corruption. Our industrial might is a thing of the past, and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights are being trashed by a treasonous, out-of-control government intent on enslaving the American people. I know, yes indeed, and you know, and we all know. It sounds like some low-budget horror movie from the 1950s, but you know what, ladies and gentlemen? We live in the Twilight Zone. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, look out. You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance. You are bombarded by the conditioning illusion projected forth by corporate and government-controlled mass media. A world of mind-controlled automatons, unable to think or speak out or stand up for themselves. You're entering a world where everything is just the opposite of what you think it is. You are living in the Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, oh boy, we live in the twilight zone. The mainstream media is a weapon being used to control and dumb down the American people, even as they are raped financially, their rights and liberties trampled upon, and America destroyed by design. Okay, got that? All right. And now it's time for an important message. Yes, especially for you listeners out there. No, yes, because this here program on Revolution Radio is listener supported. And that means you, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it does. If you like this network and if you like this here program, then please send us money. Okay? All right. That's it. We don't want all your money. No, we just want whatever you can spare. Okay, and right now for $100 donation to this here network, you get 35,000 seeds. Oh yes, you do. You can go completely out of your mind with 35,000 seeds. Okay, and that's for $100 donation. Okay, all right. So only you can support informative, entertaining, innovative, cutting-edge, enlightening, mind-expanding, and awe-inspiring programs just like this one. Okay? Yes, it is the Samsel Report, and it is heard only on Revolution Radio. That's RevRad. Okay? All right? So, please send us money. Okay? All right? Okay. You're listening to the Samsel Report right here on Revolution Radio.
Free your mind, and your ass will follow.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, and no truer words have ever been spoken. Okay? All right. You know, I know what's happening in this country. And I'm sure that you listeners out there do as well. So I can't say I don't know what's happening because I can see it. I can see what is happening. And it amazes me that more people can't see what's happening. But that's because most people are media-headed morons that get their reality downloaded by Washington, Hollywood, and Madison Avenue. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. They say they are too busy making ends meet. They're too busy raising their kids, but they're not making ends meet, and they are not raising their kids. The schools and the media are raising their kids. The schools dumb them down, and the media programs them. Am I right? Huh? Huh? You know, there was a time when we used to be the good guys. We not only led the world in industry and innovation, we were the shining beacon of liberty and freedom. Oh yes, we saved the world by defeating Hitler's Nazis and Mussolini's fascists and Hirohito's imperial Japan. We rode into town and cleared out the bad guys. We were the guys in the white hats. That's right. And we were respected worldwide. But you know what? Since then, the international bankers and the privileged global elite have systematically taken us down the road to ruin. Oh, yes, indeed. They have done so slowly, incrementally, nearly imperceptibly. And so they lulled the people to sleep and turned them into mindless sheep, made them so that they don't think, made them drunk on media drink. Because while the sheeple people are all caught sleeping, the agenda goes on and the bullshit deepens. That's right.
Free your mind, and your ass will follow.
Oh, yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Samsel Report. This is the weekend wrap-up, wherein we wrap up the week's news. Okay? All right. The number 727-475-6138. Okay? All right. Let's get right down to it. Okay? Let's get this show on the road. Okay. Our first headline, ladies and gentlemen. Obama says, I've made the United States stronger, more prosperous, safer, and more influential. Oh, yes, you heard right. That's what Obama had to say. And those were his words. Oh, yes, indeed. On CNN's Fareed Zakaria GPS, President Barack Obama said he was most proud of saving the American economy. And he is very confident that America is stronger, more prosperous, safer, and more influential today than it was when I took office. Now, those are his very words, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute here. Hold on a second. Hold on a minute here. Let me read that over again here, okay? He saved the economy. We are stronger, more prosperous, safer. We are safer. Oh, oh yes. Oh yes, we are, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes, we are. With the militarized police force. That's right. We are more influential today, says Barry. Well, what the hell does that mean? Okay, all right. Give me a freaking break here. My goodness gracious me. Go smoke some more crack, Mr. President. Go ahead. What world are you living in? Are you from some parallel universe in some other dimension, in some other time zone? What is this? Is this Doctor Who? Huh? The president said, I'm proud of saving the American economy. We still have a long way to go. Essentially, what we did was stabilize the economy, lay a new foundation to move forward. That's what the president said. A new foundation? You mean like a lowering of living standards? Like a rat race to the bottom? Well, you know what else the president said? He said, as I said in the State of the Union address, I want to restore middle-class economics and the capacity for people to get into the middle class. Oh, yes. And start seeing a broader shared prosperity in the United States. That's what the president had to say. Those were his words. Wait. Hold on a minute. Hello. The middle class is going down the tubes, baby. If this keeps up, there won't be a middle class. Is that the plan, Mr. President? We're all going to be equal. That's right. We're all going to be equally poor. That's right. Oh, yes. The president concluded. He said, one of the things I've learned in this job over the last 6 years is that progress is incremental. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Progress is incremental. The liar-in-chief actually made a true statement right there, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we have been incrementally progressed down the road to ruin and mindless submission. So there you have it. And while we're at it, how about learning to speak proper English, okay? All right, Barry? Okay? I'm getting tired of hearing President Obama mangling the English language. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. He said, when I look at overall the steps that we've taken, I believe they are the right ones. Okay? All right? Okay? When I look at the overall steps that we've taken, I believe we made the right choices. Now, there you go. Doesn't that sound better? I mean, Bush was a simple-minded idiot who didn't know what he was talking about unless somebody spelled it out for him. But Obama's command of the English language is deplorable. But alas, I digress here. Obama said, I am very confident that America is stronger, more prosperous, safer, and more influential today than it was when I took office. Now, those were Obama's very words, okay? Now, if you believe a single word of this, you need to go right now and have your head examined, okay? All right? Because there is definitely something wrong with you, okay? All right? You know what we're going to do with that? You know what we're going to do with that one, don't you? You know where that one belongs. Get out. There you go. There you go. There you have it. Oh, right down in there. There you go. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And while we are at it, okay, while we're at it, we have a flush request here for Michael Chertoff. Okay, remember Michael Chertoff? Oh, my God. Oh, man, Michael Chertoff. I mean, the guy gives me the creeps, doesn't he? It's like he's the walking dead or something. This guy gives me the creeps. I tell you, we'll flush this guy down the old... Get on in there. Michael Chertoff, my God. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Okay, all right, okay. There you have it. Michael Chertoff, where he belongs, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? All right. So, I tell you what. You're listening to the Samsel Report right here on RevRad. Okay? All right? You're riding with Wild Bill's Freedom Posse. That's right. You're riding with the Freedom Posse right here on RevRad. Okay? All right. Okay. I tell you what. Let's go to our next headline, okay? All right. Okay, our next headline. Former top CIA official says that America is no safer than it was 4 years ago, despite anti-terror efforts. Now that's the headline, and here comes the story. Former CIA Deputy Director Michael Harrell claims that Americans are no safer from terrorism than they were when President Barack Obama was elected in 2008. So what does that mean? It means that the American people should demand that the federal government step up their efforts to protect us all. Americans should feel safe and secure in their homes, at work, at school, and in public. So, there, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Meanwhile, in a related story, government is just about ready for war on America. Oh yes, you heard right, ladies and gentlemen. The government is just about ready for war on the American people. Martial law has been dismissed by leftists and Obama lovers as just another conspiracy theory, just like FEMA camps and black sites and internet control and a host of other things the government is active in to deny our rights. But these things are all real, ladies and gentlemen. The people that dismiss this reality have been labeled as blind sheeple, and the name fits. Preppers know what's going on. Oh, yes, they do. History has proven that governments that have so much power will go to extraordinary lengths to squash the citizens' rights. And we here in America are experiencing this right now under the dictatorship of the Kenyan Marxist known as Barack Hussein Obama. That's right. Oh, yes. The implementation of martial law is the product of an oppressive regime perceiving a threat from opposition, and thus locking down society and deeming anyone that disagrees with their policies as the enemy. Free speech as well as all rights are completely null and void. Well, I tell you what, Obama is ready and willing to take down America. Oh, yes. And when it comes, it'll take the following form. Okay? There will be, number one, mass roundup and or execution of political dissidents. There will be dusk to dawn curfews, rationing of essential resources, the seizing of personal assets such as food and water, the prohibition of weapons of any kind, including guns, knives, or chemicals, which can be turned into explosives, the confiscation of property, homes, and businesses, arrests without due process, massive papers, please, checkpoints with intrusive searches, forced relocation, forced conscription into various labor camps and even into the military, outlawing of free speech, the installation of massive surveillance programs and the establishment of snitch programs, the total control or elimination of religion, control of the media, executions without due process of law, total suspension of the Constitution. But, hey, don't listen to me. Don't pay attention to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm one of those conspiracy theorists, you know. Who knows what evil lurks? I do, and you do, and I think we all do. So, I tell you what we will do with that one. Stick that in there with the rest of the cows, I tell you what. Get on in there. Get on in there with the rest of the big fat old cows in there. Get on in there, you big fat old... Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. All right, I tell you what. Let's go check this out. Here, we'll be right back.
Yes, it's Charlie Danger, private detective. Charlie Danger, defender of the Constitution. And now, Charlie Danger, private detective.
Get this and get it straight. Crime is a sucker's road, and those who travel it today are more cunning, traitorous, and evil than ever. They got big wallets and big ideas and big plans, and they don't like anything or anyone that gets in their way. I ought to know. I'm Charlie Danger. It was a cold, windy day as I sat behind my desk in my cozy little office waiting for a phone to ring that lately hadn't been ringing enough. I sat staring blankly at the wall, listening to the sultry sound of the sax player down the hall practicing for his next weekend's gig. I was trying to decide if I should get up and fix myself yet another drink. Suddenly the door burst open and a beautiful blonde bombshell in a fancy evening dress that fit just right in just the right places strolled into the room. She stood there in her spiked heels looking utterly gorgeous and at the same time a little bit dangerous. I say dangerous because in her pretty little hand was a great big .38 caliber snub-nosed Smith & Wesson and the business end was pointing right at my ticker.
Yes, there are now 4 Charlie Danger adventures to choose from. Go to hiddenmysteries.com. That's hiddenmysteries.com.
That's right. Yes, indeed. Go to hiddenmysteries.com, where you can check out the entire 4-volume set of Charlie Danger, Private Detective. Okay. You also want to check out Today's New Atlantis. Okay. All right. That's at hiddenmysteries.com. You are having the unique experience of the Samsel Report right here on RevRad. Oh, yes. And a unique experience it surely is, ladies and gentlemen. Are you having a good time so far? Are you having a good time here? Oh, right. Okay. Oh, yes. Woo! 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 Yes, we're having a good time on the Samsel Report tonight. Okay. All right. Number to call in, 727-475-6138. If you have a headline or a comment or a flush request, okay? All right. Because I'm more than willing to flush whoever you so desire down the commode. Okay? All right. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's get back to our headlines. Okay? You're going to love this one. Oh, yes, indeed, you're going to love this one. The Clintons, Bill and Hillary, they report $30 million income from speeches and Hillary's book in the last 16 months. Oh, yes, $30 million. Hey, that's not a bad income. Hillary Rodham Clinton and former President Bill Clinton reported Friday that they earned more than $30 million combined in speaking fees and book royalties since January 2014, putting them firmly within the upper echelon of American earners as the former Secretary of State seeks the White House again. The couple amassed more than $25 million in speaking fees, and Hillary Clinton earned more than $5 million from her 2014 memoir, Hard Choices. Now, the earnings put the couple in the top 0.1% of all Americans. Oh, yes. And while Clinton has begun her second campaign for president by casting herself as a champion for the middle class, she's long drawn criticism from Republicans about the wealth that she and Bill Clinton have generated since he left the White House. Now, that includes their ability to command six-figure fees for delivering speeches to corporations and trade groups. Now, the finances behind the family's charitable foundation have also generated scrutiny because of its acceptance of donations from foreign governments. Okay, all right. During the last year's book tour, Clinton told an interviewer that her family was dead broke when they left the White House, which Republicans said showed a lack of understanding of the needs of typical families. That's what the Republicans said. She showed a lack of understanding of the needs of typical families, and like the Republicans have such a understanding. Now, the FEC filings show that the couple earned more than $25 million for more than 100 paid speeches between January 2014 and May 2015. Now, that's an average fee of about $250,000 per speech, ladies and gentlemen. $250,000 for shooting your mouth off for what, 45 minutes? 30 minutes? Oh, yes. Reacting to the filing, Republican National Committee Chairman Reince Priebus said the staggering amounts of income from the speaking fees raise ethical questions for the couple. It also created potential conflicts of interest, and it shows just how out of touch these two have truly become. Oh, yes, that's what the Republicans said. Those were their words. And the Republicans should talk. They're just as guilty. Ethical questions? Conflicts of interest? Out of touch with the people? Show me a single politician, Republican or Democrat, that isn't on the take. Okay? All right? In an interview with NBC News last month, Bill Clinton defended the speaking fees. That's right. Bill said, I gotta pay the bills just like everyone else. That's what Bill said. Bill's gotta pay the bills just like all the rest of us, right? with 25 million bucks in the account, right? Right? Oh. All right, okay. All right, look at them. Look at them. I mean, just look at this. Look at this. There's Bill and Hillary, and there's... Okay, all right. Our next headline. Senate Democrats block action on Obama's trade agenda. Oh, yes, you heard right. Oh, yes. Senate Democrats dealt President Barack Obama a stinging setback on trade Tuesday. The president's supporters said they will try again, and Obama summoned key Democrats to the White House. What was clear was that Obama suffered a rebuke from his own party. Only one Senate Democrat voted for a motion to consider Obama's request for fast-track trade authority. Now, fast-track trade authority would let the president present trade agreements that Congress can ratify or reject, but they cannot amend them. They can't make any changes, in other words. Tuesday's vote highlighted the deep divide between Obama and the many congressional Democrats who say such trade deals could hurt United States jobs. Oh, yes, indeed. Now, in a related article, Obama's war of words over trade deal puts pressure on Clinton. Barry's decision to escalate his fight with the Elizabeth Warren wing of the Democratic Party over a free trade deal with Asia is unwelcome news for Hillary Clinton. That's right. Former Secretary of State Clinton, who is now running for president, had been keeping her head down on the trade issue and on the fast-track trade authority. That's right. Now, despite her past support for the Trans-Pacific Partnership deal, because she supported it in the past. She has remained non-committal on it since announcing her presidential bid. In other words, she's keeping her mouth shut on the trade deal. Okay? Let's just keep our mouth shut and hope nobody mentions it. Okay? That's right. She doesn't want to talk about trade issues right now. That's because the Clintons have always supported trade deals. NAFTA, CAFTA, SPP, Clintons supported them all. And that's because the Clintons have sold us all out to the globalist plan for an American Union. Okay? So you don't have to be a brain surgeon. You don't have to be Einstein to figure this stuff out here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what. Okay? All right? Get out of here. Get on out of here with that stuff. Get on out of here with that stuff. Go. God. He's so big. Oh, man. I tell you, I wish it was that easy to flush this crap away. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Samsel Report right here on RevRad, okay? That's right. You're riding with Wild Bill's Freedom Posse. That's right, you're riding with the Freedom Posse right here on Revolution Radio. Now let us continue. Okay. Now here we have something completely different. And now for something completely different. You know what the public school system is turning out, right? Right? Okay, all right. So here's an interview I did, a year ago? With this young lady. Her name is Lucy. Okay, so check this out, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to believe this. Okay, all right. Okay, here we go.
I just don't want a job.
Oh.
I think I should always be given free money.
Free money.
Why? Why work for money? Why not just have fun and games? And that's what I'm all about. I really just want to be an artist.
An artist.
That's what I really want to do. I don't believe in working. The only place that I want to work at is Hot Topic.
Hot Topic.
And I'm banned from working there. Oh. I tried getting my band undone, but I just don't know how to do it. That's the only place I really want to work at. I don't want to work for any other company besides my own.
So you want to be self-employed, in other words.
So I'll pretty much be self-employed my whole entire life. If I don't make a dime, I don't make a dime. Don't care.
As long as you're self-employed.
Personally, I'd rather my own TV show.
Or you want your own TV show. Well, there you go. There you go.
I'm getting paid for that.
It's always better to have your own TV show than to work, right? Or your own radio show. And we don't get paid for that either.
I don't care about putting food on the table. Just not one of my things. Personally, I can go hungry and die. I don't care.
She don't care. That's right. Who cares? I don't care. I tell you what. What is it? Me? Is it me or what? Huh?
I will never have kids.
Thank God. Thank God for that.
So, I have nothing to worry about when it comes to that. I just really don't want a job.
There you go. There you go. That's what we're turning out from the public school system, ladies. This is what the media is doing to our young people all across the country, ladies and gentlemen. And you heard it first, right here on the Samsel Report tonight. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a freaking twilight zone. I tell you what, man. We live in the twilight zone. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, yes. Now, I've saved the most best stuff for the next hour, so you don't want to go away, okay? I know we're gonna have a break here. There it is.
Madison Avenue mentality. Look out, it's gonna get ya. Man is gonna get ya. It's gonna get ya. Oh no, gonna get ya. Oh no. Madison Avenue mentality. Madison Avenue mentality. Look out, it's gonna get ya. Man is gonna get ya. It's gonna get ya. Oh no, gonna get ya. Oh no. Madison Avenue mentality.
Free your mind, and your ass will follow.
Oh, yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. I told you, I said I saved the best stuff for last now. Here we go. Our next headline. Liberal professor wants all white men to kill themselves. That's right. Oh, yes, you heard right. That's the headline. Here comes the story. Noel Ignatieff, a professor at Massachusetts College of Art, has for years advocated the total elimination of the white race. Noel Ignatieff said, "If you are a white male, you do not deserve to live. You are a cancer. You are a disease. White males have never contributed anything positive to the world. They only murder, exploit, and oppress non-whites." Well, that's what Professor Ignatieff had to say. Those were his words. He also said, "At least a white woman can have sex with a black man and make a brown baby, but what can a white male do?" Well, if a white male has sex with a white woman, they usually produce white babies. Right? Am I right? I mean, that's the way it's supposed to work. Right? But what the globalists want is to mix up all the races with each other and produce a brown population. Oh, yes. What? I ain't making this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not making this stuff up. Okay? Now, that's supposed to bring equality about, okay? No more racism. We will all be equal, okay? We'll all be brown and we'll all be slaves living in servitude, okay? A white man is good for nothing. That's what Professor Ignatieff had to say. All right? Okay. Are you with me so far? Okay. Slavery, genocides against Aboriginal peoples, and massive land confiscation, the Inquisition, the Holocaust, white males are all to blame. You maintain your white male privilege only by oppressing, discriminating against, and enslaving others. Now, okay, all right, hold on a minute here. Hold on. Now, this here screwy dirtbag is a white man. Okay? All right? This is all coming from a white guy. Okay? All right? Now, according to him, all white males are no good. All white males should be killed. Okay? And this is coming from a white guy. Okay? All right? Now, Ignatieff's bull was published on a website called Diversity Chronicle, which agrees with Ignatieff. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, they said, the good professor's sound and reasonable words resonate with every enlightened and progressive mind. They are indisputable, and no one can debate them. They should not be controversial in the slightest, yet remarkably, a few far-right extremists object to Professor Ignatieff's advice. Now, that's what the Diversity Chronicle had to say. Okay? The professor, however, received a standing ovation from his largely white and middle-class students. So they gave him a standing ovation. And these are all white middle-class students. It's a great idea you got there, Professor. Oh. This just goes to show how little these students exercise their gray matter. That's right. Now, Ignatieff punctuated his disgusting comments during an interview with Diversity Chronicles. Okay? Now, Ignatieff said, "The goal of destroying the white race is honorable and desirable. It boggles the mind trying to understand how anyone could possibly object to it. Those who object to my advice are themselves white supremacists. They wish to go on oppressing and exploiting other races and maintaining their own privileged positions of power. That is the conscious and sometimes subconscious motivation of all my critics. That's why they object to destroying the cancer of humanity known as the white race. That ugly disease which dares to call itself a people and a culture." Now, that's what Ignatieff had to say, and those were his words. Okay? All right. He also said, "All whites need to be destroyed, but why not start with white males? They are behind history's greatest atrocities. Besides, some of the brothers like to bang white women. Eventually, white women can breed out. But my feeling is that if you're a white male, you should kill yourself now. Just go out and kill yourself right now, okay? If you are a thoughtful person, if you have a social consciousness, if you consider yourself white, then you will consider suicide. Is that right? Well, boy, yo, boy. Mr. Ignatiev, since you are so passionate about this, you yourself are a white man, okay? Well, since you're a white man, then perhaps you should set an example for all the rest of us white men. I mean, why don't you be the first white man to volunteer to kill yourself? I mean, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Okay, why don't you slit your freaking wrists until you bleed out and show the rest of us how to do it? Okay? Set an example. Lead the way, Professor. My God, I can't believe this guy. I tell you what, this is not the first time that Ignatiev called for the elimination of the white race. Oh no, the Washington Times reported in September 2002 that he did so while teaching at Harvard. When he was a professor at Harvard, he used to spout the same old bull hockey. Ladies and gentlemen, there's only one thing we can do with that guy. Stand him up against a wall. Okay? Professor, come here, baby. Come, stand over here by the wall over here. Hold on a second here. Yeah, smile for the camera. Here we go. Smile for the camera. Oh! Get down. Do it again. Do it again. Get him again. No! Shoot him again. Shoot him again. Oh! Oh! There you go. There you go. Is that Lassie? Is that you? Oh, you, well, yeah, I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy. I know you don't like that guy. I don't like that guy. No, you don't like that guy. I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy either. Do you like that guy? I don't like that guy. Oh, excuse me. Okay, all right, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is getting crazy, isn't it? Huh? Is it me or what? Huh? Check out this next headline. You're not going to believe this next headline. Black Panther leader announces plans to bomb nurseries to kill white babies. That's the headline. Here is the story. Two leaders of the new Black Panther Party, Chief of Staff Michelle Williams and King Samir Shabazz. He's a king. He's a king of the new Black Panthers, okay? Samir Shabazz. Well, these two are calling for more violence against whites. Now, during an appearance on Shabazz's radio show, Williams regularly made fun of crackers and black conservatives. Agreeing with her, Shabazz went a step further and made a terrifying threat. He called on blacks to firebomb nurseries so that they can kill as many white babies as possible. Oh yes. Shabazz added that this was a good suggestion because blacks are too scared to do things like drag white people out of their homes, skin them alive, drag them behind trucks, and pour acid on them. That's right. Now, these threats are horrifying to say the least, but the mainstream media has completely ignored them. Instead, race baiters like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson fan the flames of racial tension. With people like Sharpton, Shabazz, and Williams out there, and don't forget Professor Ignatiev, the divide between whites and blacks will only continue to grow. Oh yes indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Samsel Report right here on Revolution Revolution Radio. Okay? All right. And yes, we do. We live in the Twilight Zone. Okay? All right. Okay, so don't go away, because later on in the program here, we have some Hillary Clinton news. Okay. Oh, yes. We have Hillary Clinton news. Okay. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. So don't go away. What's that, Lassie? What did you say? Okay, I know. That's later on. We have some more. We have some more Hillary news. Okay, so right now, let's get to our next headline. Okay, all right. Okay, yes indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, our next headline. Boy, we're all over the place here tonight. We got all different kinds of headlines tonight. Oh yes. Here's our next one. Just 9 days in the United States, and a refugee tries to rape a woman. Okay, all right. Just 9 days in the U.S., and this guy gets caught trying to rape some broad. Okay, all right. That's the headline. Here comes the story. Okay. The United States screening process for foreign refugees has once again failed to stop a criminal from entering the country, as indicated by the case of Chalim Koboya Lidawo of Togo, wherever the hell that is. Okay. All right. Now, Lidawo was in the United States only 9 days when he was arrested in Virginia and charged with 2 counts of attempted rape and 1 count of abduction with force. Okay? All right? Now, Lidawo pleaded no contest to the charges and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Now, just 9 days after the West African man was settled into his apartment near Leesburg in North Virginia, he accosted a woman who lives in the same complex. He told police he watched the woman taking her trash out and then just decided to attack her at the dumpster. All right. Now, Lidawo is the latest in a long line of refugees that the government has brought in to this country. Thousands of refugees from overseas have run afoul of the law, and the list of those refugees running into trouble once they get into the U.S. keeps growing. ISIS has stated openly on social media that it plans to send jihadists to Western countries posing as refugees. The FBI now admits that hundreds, if not more than 1,000 ISIS fighters may already be here in the United States. Now, how many of them may have entered as refugees or been recruited by refugees is unknown. Now, Senator Michael McCall from Texas wrote a letter to President Obama in January imploring him not to let the Syrian refugee program become a backdoor to jihadists. But Congress has not taken any formal action to stem the tide of foreign refugees coming from terror-supporting countries. Earlier this year, Homeland Security Chief Jay Johnson warned that Somalia-based al-Shabaab is encouraging independent actors to carry out attacks on shopping malls in Western countries. However, he failed to mention that the U.S. continues to import about 800 new refugees from Somalia every month. Not to mention the new Syrian refugee program that is just now ramping up. The United Nations has about 10,000 Syrians in its pipeline destined for the United States. Oh, yes, indeed. And when you add it all up, the U.S. is taking in millions and millions of foreigners from all over the world. And don't forget the illegal aliens. Yeah, let's just throw the doors open and see what comes stumbling in, huh? Boy, oh boy, I tell you what. Like I said, the headlines are all over the place tonight. The headlines are all over the place. Here is our next one. This one you might find interesting. Labor shortage? What? Are you kidding me? Huh? There's a labor shortage? Man, oh man, that's the headline. Here comes the story, okay? Today, about 1 out of 3 Americans ages 16 to 65 is not working. In 2000, it was 1 out of 4. Now it's 1 out of 3. At the start of this year, 68 million working-age Americans were not working. Now, 19 million more than in January 2000. Now, how do you like them apples? Huh? Many of those not working are not even looking for work and have left the workforce entirely. There is clearly no shortage of potential workers in America now or in the foreseeable future. But that's what we hear from Bill Gates. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, that's what we hear from old Bill Gates. Oh, yes, indeed. You see, corporations like Microsoft are having to import workers from overseas because they can't find qualified workers here in the United States. That's what Bill Gates has to say. Oh, yes, indeed. Furthermore, the United States already brings in more than 1 million legal permanent immigrants annually. Oh, yes. Given the current high level of immigration, as well as stagnant wages and the huge number of working-age people not working, it makes no sense to bring in even more immigrant workers. Now, they're bringing in foreign workers and refugees and millions of illegal aliens, and the number of foreigners storming our borders is staggering, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yes. At this rate, the number of English-speaking homegrown Americans will soon be the minority in America. Oh, yes, indeed. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Okay? All right? Okay? All right? You're riding with Wild Bill's Freedom Posse. Looking at the news from a different perspective. That's right. Free your mind. Free your mind. Free your mind. Our government is a cesspool of corruption. How do you like them apples? We live in the Twilight Zone.
What, are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me. What, is it me? Huh? Is it me or what? Huh? Huh?
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. How do you like them apples?
The Samsel Report. Report.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Samsel Report right here on Revolution Radio. And now let us continue with our look at last week's headlines. Okay. Oh, you're going to like this one. Oh, look out. Here it comes. Here it comes. Okay. All right. Kim Jong-un executes his defense chief with an anti-aircraft gun. Oh, yes. He wanted to make sure this guy was dead, right? Am I right? My goodness gracious me, I tell you what. North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un executed his defense chief for falling asleep during a meeting. The guy fell asleep during a meeting. All right. He also, but that wasn't it. Also, he talked back. He sassed off. Okay. All right. And he complained about some of Kim Jong-un's policies. Okay. All right. So, hey. People's Armed Forces Minister Hyun-Young Chol was reportedly killed by anti-aircraft gunfire with hundreds watching at a shooting range at Pyongyang's Kangkon Military Academy in April. Oh, yes. My God. I tell you what, this here little pipsqueak is something else, isn't he? This little pipsqueak is something else here. This little... Oh, man. Not too long ago, he killed one of his generals by standing him against a wall and shooting him with a flamethrower. That's right. I mean, he lit this guy up. Oh, yes, he did. This guy makes sure you're dead. This guy don't fool around. Okay? He to make sure you're dead. Okay? It was like one of them old Doors songs. It was like, come on, baby, light my fire. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Next, he plans to run somebody over, slowly, an inch at a time, with a steamroller. He's gonna roll somebody over, an inch at a time now, with a steamroller. Okay? And I don't know how to kill him. Huh? What do you think? My goodness gracious me, I tell you what. He would also like to roast somebody alive over a hotbed of coals. He wants to barbecue somebody. Oh my God. Oh, what this little freak. This little freak, I tell you what.
He would also like to drown somebody in Aunt Jemima's maple syrup. he would. He's gonna drown them in Aunt Jemima's maple syrup. He would also like to drop somebody from an altitude of 40,000 feet. Oh yes, just push him out. See how big of a splat they make when they hit the ground. Oh, this guy is something else, isn't he? Isn't he? He also plans to sit somebody on the point of his latest guided missile and then fire it at the United States. He's going to sit him on the point. Oh, man. This guy is something else, isn't he? What, is it just me or what? I tell you. What was that, Lassie? What did you? Okay, all right, all right. Kim Jong-un, Kim Jong baby, Kim Jong-un, sweetie, darling. Here you go. And there you have it, okay? All right, I tell you, we live in the twilight zone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you now. Pay attention to me. I'm not fooling with you now. I'm not kidding around here. We live in the twilight zone. Oh, yes, we do. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Okay, let's see what we got next here. We have a fun fact. We have a fun fact here. It says here, Christie's Donut Gate. Christie's Donut Gate. Chris Christie, his administration spent $300,000 on food and drink for official use over his first 5 years in office. Okay, $300,000, ladies and gentlemen, for groceries. Okay, what a pig. I tell you what, $82,000 on concessions at Jets and Giants games. He would go to the game and he spent $82,000 on hot dogs and beer. Okay? All right? Is it me, ladies and gentlemen? Is it me or what? Is it? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Would you look at this guy? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He'll eat it if it moves. If it doesn't move, he'll eat it. He'll eat it if it moves, if it doesn't move, if it smells good, if it smells bad. It doesn't matter. He'll eat it. Okay? All right? My God. My God. That's what I said. My God. What? That's what I said. That's what I said. We got Lassie. We as you can tell, we have Lassie in the studio tonight. And you are listening to the Samsel Report. Okay? All right. Let us now move on, okay, to our next headline. Marco Rubio is being funded by private for-profit prisons.
Oh yes, his money is coming from private for-profit prisons, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's favorite water-guzzling Republican, Marco Rubio, wants to be the next president of the United States. And as all campaigns typically go, politicians need money to get elected. Oh yes, indeed. Big money. Now, big pharma, oil corporations, and bankers are notorious for wielding their checkbooks to buy influence in Washington. Cash is exchanged and deals are made. Oh yes, indeed. One rising player in the game of buying and selling politicians is surprisingly going unnoticed. The private for-profit prison industry. It's big business, baby. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's a racket. Oh, look out. It is not by accident that these companies and their contributions are flying under the general public's radar. Okay? You're not hearing much about this, are you? Oh, no. Oh, no, let's keep it hushed up. Okay? We don't want Joe Blow to know how low we go. Okay? Now, GEO, okay, that's GEO, and another company called Corrections Corporation of America are two of the largest for-profit prison companies in the United States. Now, these companies, along with their peers, have dished out more than $10 million to political campaigns since 1989, and almost $25 million has been spent on lobbying efforts. Okay? Now, what has this expense bought for the prison industry? Well, apparently, it has purchased quite a bit. These private businesses generate $3.3 billion in annual revenue. And their market share has skyrocketed. Oh yes, we're talking big business now, ladies and gentlemen. The prison industry, the for-profit private prison industry right here in America. Yes, indeedy do. Yes, indeedy do doody did daddy did be bapalula. Okay? All right. Private prisons are making money by keeping people locked up behind their concrete walls. Though, yes, indeed, politicians assist in passing more laws, and the more laws that are on the books, the more criminals are created. Am I right? Huh? The more criminals that exist, then the more money that a private prison can accumulate. Okay? All right? The more money that a lobbyist has at his disposal, the more money a politician can receive. Now, it doesn't take Einstein to figure that out. Huh? Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. The private federal prison population more than doubled between 2000 and 2010. It doubled. Okay? Now, half of the illegal immigrants that we're holding in prison because they're criminals, okay? Well, half of them are currently in the cells of private companies. Okay? And that number was roughly 15% a decade ago, and now it's half. Okay? All right? There are approximately 130 private prisons currently operating within the United States. Now, Marco Rubio is a direct beneficiary of this great big racket, okay? The private prison system. In fact, Rubio, he has taken more money than anybody else, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? All right? You know what I'm talking about? Huh? You know what I'm talking about? Huh? Okay. All right. He's taken more money. He's taken more money from the for-profit prison industry than anybody else. Anywhere, anytime, anybody else you can shake a stick at. Okay? All right? So stick that in your pipe and smoke it. The prison company and the current senator have been in bed together for a long time. Oh, they've been sleeping together in bed together for a long time. One takes care of the other takes care of the other, you know. You know how it goes. Yeah, I don't have to draw you a picture, do I? Huh? They're in bed together, okay? They're fooling around in there. You know what I'm talking about? GEO has put nearly $40,000 in Rubio's campaign fund, and they have given another $2 million to the Republican Party. Sometimes this stuff is just too much, baby. Sometimes I just can't handle it no more. You know, it's driving me out of my mind. I'm going cuckoo here, baby. I'm going out of my mind here. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Check this out. Check this out. No. Stop. Whoa. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, hold on a second here. Wait a minute here. Looking at the news from a different perspective. That's right. Free your mind. Our government is a cesspool of corruption.
How do you like them apples?
We live in the twilight zone.
What, are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me. What, is it me? Huh? Is it me or what? Huh?
Boy. How do you like them apples?
The Samsel Report.
Man, oh man. Check this out.
Take a look around, kid. What do you see? Homes being foreclosed. People working 2-3 jobs just to put food on the table and still drowning in debt. Don't get me wrong. This country is founded on great ideals and principles. They've all been ruined by the banks. Open your eyes to the banks that are robbing you. You know who my favorite president was? Who? Thomas Jefferson. Because he saw all of this coming and tried to stop it. He fought the banks. JFK too, and they killed him for it. The banking institution is more dangerous than an army, he said. He also said that every generation needs a revolution, Jimmy. The American dream is just that. Just a dream. War is a continuation of politics, only by other means. Politics is a continuation of economics by other means. This is our bank. This is our war. And this is our plan of attack.
Banks have become an essential trait to our democracy. So consider this justice.
Thank you for listening to Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com, the #1 listener-supported radio station on the internet. Please help support this station so this battle can continue forward. Revolution Radio!
I'll tell you what, though, we're getting close to the end of the program here. That's right. And it's a good thing, too, because I'm just about... I tell you what, I can't take much more of this stuff. I tell you what, it's enough to drive you right out of your... Okay, all right, okay. It's time for me to be going.
Hello, I must be going. I cannot stay, I came to say I must be going. I'm glad I came, but just the same I must be going.
For I said you must stay, for if you go away, you'll spoil this party I am throwing.
I'll stay a week or two. I'll stay the summer through, but I am telling you, I must be going.
Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all out there in Radio Land for tuning into the Samsel Report this week. Okay. Now you wanna tune in next week. Okay? Because you don't know what's gonna happen, okay, between now and then.
Madison Avenue mentality. Look out, it's gonna get ya. Man is gonna get ya. He's gonna get ya. Oh no, gonna get ya. Oh no. Madison Avenue mentality.